March the 12th, 1993. I looked out the living room window of our split-level house in Birmingham, Alabama. It was snowing. I thought, this is going to be fun. And I thought I would hide it from the kids for a while, but they're like, Daddy, it's snowing. So Jake is 6, Joel is 4, and my twin girls, Hannah and Rachel, are 2. And I said, let's wait just a little while and then we'll go out and play. Well, we played. Hey, you Birmingham people know a little bit of snow goes a long way. So we played, we threw snowballs, we made snow angels, we sledded down the hill on cookie sheets. We even had snow cream. It was a blast. And when Dad got tired, we went inside. So things were going along great. And then I got a phone call. And the phone call was from my wife. She was a nurse at Montclair. Hello, this is Craig. Hey, it's me. How are you guys doing? We're doing great. We just had a blast out in the snow. About the snow, have you heard what James Spann, the bald-headed weatherman, said about it? I said, no, I didn't hear anything from James Spann. We hadn't had the TV on. Well, you're stuck now because James Spann says, don't drive anywhere. And I got to go, but I'm stuck too here at the hospital because nobody can get in and nobody can get out. Listen, love you, but got to go. Love you too. Bye. Oh, crap. No, I can do this. I'm a great dad. I even have the hat that says World's Greatest Dad. I can do this. So things were going along fine. I'm thinking, snow in Birmingham, it never lasts. It'll be fine. Never last. So a couple hours later, it happened. The power went out. No lights, no heat, no TV. So Dad has to be the entertainer. So we sang songs, we played games, we told stories. We sang songs. We played games, we told stories. And one time they said, Dad, tell us another story. And I said, once upon a time, there was a bear. And it was a brown bear. And the bear was in the woods. And the bear was hungry. I tell you what, let's sing another song. So that continued on for a while. And it got colder, and they got more bored. And so what do you do when the kids get bored? You parents know, you pull out that parental trump card. Let's eat, right? So it looked like a scene from Little House on the Prairie. So we've got everybody sitting at the table. We've got bowls of Honey Nut Cheerios with milk and spoons and napkins and Pa saying the blessing. Well, later on, that devolved to middle of the living room floor. Here, baby, here's the box. So as night began to fall, the temperature began to really drop. And it got down to about 45 degrees in the house. And I began to look longingly at an end table. And I said, 4 bolts and that becomes firewood. Now, it probably would be a better story, but it wouldn't be true if I told you I did start a fire in the middle of the carpet, but I didn't. But thankfully, we all got to sleep. We all huddled together in the middle of the living room floor with just as many blankets as we could get. We all fell asleep. But then, in the middle of the night, I was awakened. It was probably 1:30 in the night to loud thunder clashes. There was thunder and snow and lightning. It was thunder snow. I've never seen it before, never seen it since. And Hannah says, "Dad, I'm scared." I said, "Well, come over here, baby." So she sat down in my lap. "Ooh, you stink." Whew. So here I am. We got thunder snow happening outside, and got to change this diaper, right? So we had plenty of diapers and wipes. I put her on the changing pad. Well, we got no lights, but I do have a flashlight. But it's one of those flashlights. It's the D-cell batteries, the old school ones. And this is definitely a two-handed job. So I'm like, okay, how do I do this? So first of all, I'm probably not real bright at this point, so I'm trying to put it in my mouth. Yeah, that's not going to work. I tried one shoulder. I tried the other shoulder. I'm really starting to get frustrated about this time. And so I said, Jake, are you awake? Nothing from Jake. I said, Joel, are you awake? Yeah. Will you please come hold the flashlight for Daddy? Yeah. So my 4-year-old trooper comes over and holds the flashlight. I know what I'm doing. You know, this is children number 3 and 4 here, so I'm experienced. So, you know, breathe through the mouth, that's good. You got to wipe from the front to the back, girls, right? And so got in every fold and everything in there. We got her cleaned up. But let me just say, you haven't lived until you've changed the diaper in the middle of thunder snow with a flashlight. I thought to myself at the time, they should make this one of those stupid baby shower games. And ladies, let me just say, please don't make your husbands go to baby showers. That is cruel and unusual punishment. So this went on, and to say that night was a long night would be like saying the Alabama Crimson Tide has a long history of winning. It was a long night. I woke up Saturday, and I looked out, and it looked like 12 feet of snow on the ground. It was more like 12 inches, but I thought, we're not going anywhere. We were tired. We were cold. We were tired of Honey Nut Cheerios. We were tired of all of it. And what compounded it a bit was cabin fever, because I love for the kids to play in the snow, but not when we have no heat. And so they're like, Dad, we need to go out and play. And I'm like, no, you're going to get frostbite. We don't need to do that. So my nerves really started to unravel at this point. And what really just about pushed me over the edge was socks. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, socks. Because the fact was that the boys and I had gloves, but not the girls. So I improvised. I put socks on their little hands to keep them warm, right? And I looked them both in the eye. I said, Hannah, do not put your hand in your mouth. Rachel, do not put your hand in your mouth. It'll get cold. Yes, Daddy. You can see where this is going, right? So I don't know how many times dry sock goes on there, hand goes in the mouth, everything just gets gross and wet and cold. And this went on over and over and over again. At one point, I took a sock off Rachel's hand and I looked, pruny fingers. It was bad. So that just about blew all of my circuits at some point. And so that we went through that all day Saturday night, no relief in sight. Woke up Sunday morning and I'm going, wow, I'm not sure I'm going to make it through this with all my sanity still intact. But thankfully, 5 o'clock Saturday or Sunday afternoon, our wonderful neighbors, the Joneses, had found a kerosene heater, and we got heat. That was awesome. And about an hour later, thankfully, Alabama Power got the power on, and that was really great. And I laughed out loud because I looked down into the living room floor, and it was so covered in Honey Nut Cheerios that I couldn't tell the color of the carpet. Shortly after that, my wife came riding up on a beautiful white stallion right into our front yard. It wasn't exactly like that. She was in a white SUV that the security guard from Montclair drove her up. But I will say this, I was never more grateful to see any human being than I was to see her in that moment. And that's how I survived barely the longest weekend in my life, the blizzard of '93. Thank you.